Criticism. Nothing but criticism.
It's awful. Did anyone see the Washington Post this morning?
My friends, I say again, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Frank, you've already been late.
Every cloud has a silver lining. You're never fully dressed without a smile.
Oliver Warbuck from Spring, Mr. President.
Thank you, Perkins. Will you show them in? Ah, Oliver, good to have you come.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Well, who is this we have here?
This is my good friend Annie, Mr. President.
Annie? The little girl who sang so beautifully on the radio last night.
How do you do, President Roosevelt?
How do you do, Annie? Aren't you as lovely as you sounded on the radio?
Thank you, President Roosevelt.
Well, shall we begin?
Yes, of course. Annie, if you'll just,
Oh, no, Oliver. Let Annie stay. Having a child on hand will keep us on our best behavior.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. President.
And Harold, I don't even want so much as a gosh out of you.
But Franklin, a child.
Now, Oliver, since you speak for the few happy Americans with any money left, I'd like to hear your views on the matter.
Mr. President, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, the business of this country is business. Yes, and for the sake of you, the country, Wall Street, and me, we have to get my factories back open and the workers back to work.
According to my latest figures, there are now 15 million Americans out of work. Nearly 50 million with no visible means of support.
Mr. President, if I may say so, unemployment is not our biggest problem, you see. The dispatches from Germany are becoming more and more disturbing each day. There could be war.
Germany, there are people starving in this country.
Harold, I know that. But in the long run, we're not.
Cordell. For people who are starving, there is no long run.
The trouble is it's all happening at once. The stock market has taken another nosedive.
Sit-down strikes, riots.
Floods, dust storms.
And the FBI still hasn't caught Al Capone. Well, at least we're agreed on one thing. The situation is hopeless and getting worse.
Perkins, I'd like to see those figures.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Little girl. Harold. What did you say, Annie? No, go ahead, my dear. It's still a free country.
Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrows till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I'll just stick up my chin and grin and say,
Harold Dickey, stand up.
What?
You heard me. Stand up. Now sing.
Sing?
Yes, sing like Annie. I've just decided that if my administration's going to be anything, it's going to be optimistic about the future of this country. Now sing.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Louder, Harold.
$1 that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Again.
Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none.
Solo for the president. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, everybody, Republicans too, Oliver, sing. The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Tomorrow, everybody. This isn't for me. It's for you, Oliver, from your secretary in New York. Hundreds of couples jamming the street outside house, all claiming to be Annie's parents.
Oh
Oh boy, indeed. Have begun screening them. Suggest you return to New York immediately. Signed, Grace Merrill.
Well, Annie, seems as though the Hour of Smiles has more listeners than we thought, huh?
Gee, hundreds of couples. One of them is bound to be my mother and father.
Well, Oliver, I suspect you'll be getting back to New York immediately.
Yes, Mr. President, if you don't mind. Annie.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Annie.
Goodbye, Mr. President, and thank you.
No, thank you, Annie. You're the type of person a president should have around him.
Mr. President, what if we created 100, no, 1,000 new federal projects?
Water project.
Yes,
Highway,
yes,
new post office.
yes, and we put the unemployed to work building them.
We could create 6 million jobs within a month.
And the money generated from building would put them back on with paychecks, and it would give them back to paying taxes.
Yes, we'll build a country so strong that nobody, including Chancellor Hitler, could defeat us in a war.
Mr. President, what this country needs is a new outlook.
A new vision.
A new approach and a new concept.
A new dedication,
A new horizon.
A new spirit.
a new attitude,
We'll give them a new deal.
a new